Today, you guys, is What's for Dinner Wednesday. Hey guys, Kira here from 50 Shades of Mom, tips for all shades of mom life, and today is What's for Dinner Wednesday, where I'm going to share with you some of my favorite clips of what we ate over the last month or so. And I'm kind of excited because I get to share with you guys a whole bunch of things, like what we do for a football Sunday, which I've never gotten to share with you guys. I got to share with you what my birthday dinner looked like, what my anniversary dinner looked like, a sneak peek at a copycat recipe, and sometimes something super simple like just some soup and sandwiches for dinner. And speaking of soup and sandwiches, that's the first meal I have for you guys today. Now for tonight, we're doing something super simple, but one of my favorite meals, and that is a soup and sandwich night. And this is the first time that we ever tried the creamy tomato soup from Trader Joe's, and it was absolutely fantastic. I put a little bit of green onion, which may sound weird, but I put a little dollop of that in the middle of my soup, and I had some Ritz crackers in there. Super, super good. If you have never tried it, I highly recommend it if you like tomato soup. And then for a little side sandwich, I just did some turkey, 2 pieces of turkey, 2 pieces of ham, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, and some tomato on some toasted bread, almost like a grilled cheese, but just with some additives inside. And I put a side of mayo in a little ramekin so I can kind of dunk my sandwich in. I don't really like warm mayo, so I usually don't put mayo on the sandwich when I do the grilled cheese, but this is before I bought that low carb bread. So that was definitely not a good meal for me low carb wise, but I will let you guys know when I try that new bread that I just bought at HEB how that is. Now this meal I'm super excited to share with you guys because I feel like I never get a chance to give you a peek into our football Sundays because it's more of our relax day. But here's that really pretty spinning serving tray that I got from Costco, and I usually just put out a wide variety of things like fruits and veggies. I have some cheese and crackers. We have some pretzels on there, some salsa, some tortilla chips, some nuts. I even have like a little bit of chocolate granola for a sweet treat. So we love those to pick on. And then over here, I have some of Daryl's little White Castle sliders. I usually heat up a couple of those. Those are some mozzarella sticks from Trader Joe's with my homemade marinara sauce. And then we just have some of those Totino's pizza cut up in squares. On this platter is when I did those chicken and waffles, which is why I really wanted to share this clip. Those are the chicken nuggets that I get from Sam's that everybody says is very close to Chick-fil-A. And after this past weekend, I did get a chance to try them. They are definitely more pickly than Chick-fil-A, but when you add them onto that sweet little waffle, that was super, super good. And then here on this tray, we have some fried green beans. I got some of those. And then we also had a pot pie a couple of days before that, and I made 2 of them, and we only ate 1 for dinner. So I just took the leftovers and cut it up into little triangles and stuck it on the serving tray. So that was pretty much just like our little pick-on day, but that was our super delicious football Sunday. Now this recipe is pretty much a teaser for you guys because you're going to see this video on Saturday. So I put together an entire copycat video for you guys of 3 different chicken recipes from popular restaurants. And this is the Alice Springs chicken from the Outback Steakhouse. So I'm not going to break down into too much detail how I make that since I'm going to share an entire video with you guys on Saturday. But let me tell you how stinking amazing this is, especially if you love yourself some honey mustard, because it has a very good honey mustard feel to it with mushrooms and bacon. So good. I had a little bit of the side sauce to dunk it in, and then I made some garlic mashed potatoes, a little bit of sour cream, salt and pepper, and some green onions. But this is such a yummy dinner, and I cannot wait to share with you guys the entire thing. Speaking of pot pies, here is a clip of the pot pies that I made one night. I actually did chicken, and I used the already pulled rotisserie chicken that I got from Walmart, and it made a super delicious pot pie. Daryl actually prefers beef, which is on the menu for this week, but this particular time I had done chicken, which was super good, and I have an entire cooking video for how to make these, so I'll go ahead and link it in the iCards for you and in the description box if you guys guys want to watch that video. They're super, super easy, but super delicious. And in my old cookbook, which is available on my website or on hardcover on Amazon, which is always linked below, that recipe is in there as well. And the recipe pretty much is universal. You can do it for chicken, beef, or turkey. And then here was just a little hand pie that I made with the leftover dough. So once I was done fitting those Pillsbury crust to that pie pan, whatever little dough was left over from the edges, I just kind of smushed together and made little hand pies for us to have for dessert. And that is that apple cider jam that I got from Trader Joe's, which was super amazing. It was almost like having a mini apple pie, but it had that kicked up a notch because it was supposed to be like that apple cider chutney kind of feel. They were really, really good and super fall-y. So between the pot pie and these little ham pies, it was a really cozy and yummy meal. Speaking of feeling fall and cozy, this is another one of those meals, and this is apple cider pulled pork. And I got this from Lisa over at Pookie's View, so I'll go ahead and link her video in the description box as well, so you guys can go ahead and check out how she made this. But it was super easy. You literally just put the piece of meat that you're using, whether it be a pork shoulder or a pork butt, into the crock pot with some apple cider vinegar and some apple cider and some other seasonings, and then you just let it stew, and then you pull it apart and put your own kind of barbecue sauce on it. She recommended we use these ciabatta rolls from Walmart, and then I went ahead and got some coleslaw that I put on top of mine, and then those are the seasoned fries we get from Walmart. So it was a extremely cost-effective meal that was really, really yummy, and definitely again gave you like all those cozy fall feels. This yumminess right here, you guys, is what you call birthday dinner to the max. So this made me so happy because it's pretty much the epitome of all of my favorite things. So hubby cooked me a really delicious steak on the grill, and I made a garlic butter that I put right on top. Every plate taught me how to roast garlic and just mix it with some herbs and some butter and make something really delicious for the top of a steak. So I did that with a little bit of green onion, and then Paul went to Red Lobster and got us our favorite, which was coconut shrimp with their pina colada sauce. And then I love myself some carbs, you guys. A potato is a vegetable, and so that is a baked potato on the side with some cheese and some sour cream, salt and pepper, green onion. This, you guys, was the ultimate birthday dinner. Now I get spoiled twice in 1 week because lucky for me, my wedding anniversary is 2 days after my birthday. And so I got that really delicious steak and shrimp for my birthday. And then we got to order out for our anniversary. And we got Chinese food because we hadn't gotten Chinese food out in a really long time. I usually do Chinese takeout nights right here at home, but it was really nice to try a new place because this is something I don't normally make at home. So this is shrimp egg foo young. Now you guys know that my husband has a seafood allergy, so I don't cook a lot of fish here in the house. So when I order something out, I like to order seafood, and so I don't make egg foo young ever myself. So to have shrimp egg foo young was just like something that just made me so happy. It was such a delicious dinner. It's something I used to get from Long Island all of the time, and it was just so yummy. And we had that with fried rice, and I had a little bit of lo mein off of my husband's plate, and then those are the cream cheese rangoons that I absolutely love. I make them myself, but they come with that little red dipping sauce that's so good, and I didn't have to make it myself, and it was my anniversary, and it was so yummy. Comment down below and let me know what your favorite thing is from Chinese takeout. But this, you guys, the egg foo young, the rice, those cream cheese rangoons, this was heaven on a plate. Now this dinner is proof why it is good to live sometimes in a state where it is still warm through a good portion of the fall and winter months, because barbecue season never ends here. And so this was just a super simple dinner that we just did with some marinated chicken. So I just filleted some chicken and I made my own marinade with a little bit of pineapple juice, some duck sauce, some sweet and sour, a little bit of soy, and I just soaked the chicken inside of it. And then once I let it sit for a couple of hours, we transferred it to the grill. It was super tender and yummy. I used one of those little grill sheets. We have like a sheet that goes onto our grill that allows us to cook things like the pineapple and stuff without it sticking. So we put some of that pineapple on that copper sheet and we got that all grilled up, and I served that with some coconut rice. That recipe is also in my old cookbook, and I just make that right in the pressure cooker along with some strawberries. This was like a really delicious tropical vibe, almost summer feel, but really, really, really good dinner. Another soup and sandwich night. Like I said, you guys, this is soup season. So I love doing simple, easy meals like this. During this time of year, we'll probably do this once a week or so, but I try and switch it up. So this is the French onion soup from Trader Joe's. Obviously, Trader Joe's is kind of hitting it out of the park for me right now with their soups, but it almost comes in like this frozen cylinder with the croutons and the cheese right on top. And I just stuck it in the bowl for 5 minutes and it melted down with those little floaty croutons and the cheese. It was so yummy and super easy. It was just brainless. And then I got to have it with a tuna fish sandwich. I actually love doing any kind of cold salad like tuna salad or egg salad, chicken salad with cheese and bacon. And for portion control, I tried to do it on a English muffin. But otherwise, you guys, that was our soup and sandwich night. French onion soup, a little tuna melt. So yum. If you like a surf and turf, here's another take on that meal because this is Madison's welcome dinner. The first night she came, I wanted to do something like a surf and turf, steak and shrimp kind of feel because I know she likes that too. So I had a flank steak in the freezer that we just marinated in some Italian dressing and we threw that on the grill. And then I got colossal shrimp from Walmart and we threw 4 or 5 of those onto a skewer with a little bit of that soy and sweet and sour kind of glaze and put that on the shrimp while we threw that on the grill. And I actually sprinkled mine with tahini when it came out. And then we had some Mexican street corn. I'll link on Pinterest where I get that recipe from. It is super easy. I've done Mexican street corn salad. It's just a combination of the lime juice and the sour cream and the mayo with Parmesan cheese and then even that tahini. It's a great flavor on some corn on the cob, especially the corn salad is good too, but I like it on the corn on the cob. And then I also made a side pasta salad. I used that pumpkin pasta from Trader Joe's and I just did some Italian dressing base with Parmesan cheese, some red onion and green onion, and it just turned out so yum. Now this was the next night that Madison was here, night 2, and we did like a friends game night over at Vanessa's house. Daryl, myself, Vanessa, Mark, Madison, and Paul just kind of had a little hangout and we did a more adult dinner. The kids ate some chicken nuggets and mac and cheese, and for us, I made some chicken parm, and then I brought a bagged Caesar salad. I brought that loaf of bread that Walmart gave me without the everything seeds, and we just kind of warmed that in the oven with a little bit of butter. I had a nice glass of wine and a little bit of ricotta cheese in the middle, and this was like a really yummy, like sophisticated, perfect dinner for adults to just kind of sit around and BS and then play some games. Gotta love that chicken parm recipe. And I have a link for my pasta sauce. I have a recipe for my chicken parm. And so I'll make sure to link both of those either up in the iCards or in the description box if you guys want to check out those recipes. Because if you love yourself a good pasta sauce or a good chicken parm, I definitely got the recipes for you. But that is it, you guys, for another What's for Dinner video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you love these kinds of videos, I share tons of foodie content on this channel, so make sure you are subscribed with that notification bell clicked so you can be notified of all the yummy content that I share. I love you guys all so much. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.